Just before we begin the podcast, I have a quick announcement. The podcast is now commencing. That is all. Welcome to chapter 75 of Memoirs of a White Guy. This week has been a huge one, and I know I say that every week. You're like, Luke, it's all you ever say. Oh, I've got a big week coming up. I've had a big week. But this week has been a bigger week than those weeks. I have announced a national tour, my second national tour because I can, going around Australia again. We did our first ever radio show on Fox FM. Not our first ever radio show. We've been doing that for a while now. But Lewis and I did our first ever FM radio show, not on digital, on the biggest radio station in the country on Sunday, which was last week. I was like, we got another announcement coming on Thursday. Obviously, if you hadn't been following me on social media, that was it. But if you've been living under a rock since then you're finding out now. So you missed that. And I swear something else happened. I went to a gig last night. I went to see a band. But it was mainly those two things, I'll be honest. There was two big things happened in my week. But that's a big week. And I dropped my first ever stand-up clip on my YouTube channel. So now people can finally see me doing some dick jokes on stage. So it's been a big week, comedy-wise. But so thank you to everyone who listened to the radio show. We'll talk about that first, because that was pretty hectic. So yeah, if you missed it during the week or whatever, Lewis and I took the Luke and Lewis show to Fox FM in Melbourne on the Hit Network. So if you're in Brisbane, that's your version of B105. Sydney, it's 2Day FM. And then Perth and Adelaide, I think it's Hit. And then I don't know if it's in Darwin or not. I don't know about other places in Australia. Apparently 2Day FM in Sydney just isn't cool. Like, apparently that radio station that's on the Hit Network, the same network that we're on, is just not the cool radio station, which is so weird. Because in Melbourne, Fox FM is the biggest radio station. It's the biggest radio station in the country, listeners-wise, which is crazy that we managed to get a show on that so quickly. But yeah, and then like in 2Day FM, everyone listens to like Kiss or some shit, whatever the one that Kyle and Jack Yo on, everyone listens to. Or maybe, like, what do you guys listen to in Sydney? Is it like Triple J or some shit? I mean, maybe you guys have just evolved and don't listen to radio, which is fair enough. But you guys listen to shitty podcasts instead. You're welcome, everybody. I do both, okay? I'm a man of many talents. I'm on your airwaves and I'm on your iTunes, alright? Doing shit memes either way. It's the same shit. This one I can just say shit more. So, yeah, that was really cool. Here's the thing, though. Whenever we do a first radio show for some reason, something always goes wrong. I don't know if you guys have listened to our first ever Triple M Modern Digital show, but it was fucked. Everything was going wrong. We weren't even on air. I think some bits my mic was off. Just throughout the show, everything. Like, occasionally we were on air, then the ads wouldn't play, then there was dead air, which is nothing playing on the radio. And I remember, like, that was, we'd only met Radio Mike, like, a few times, and I've never seen a more stressed human being in the world that day. And then our first show on Fox, fast forward 3 months, we're thinking, great, finally, we're on a legitimate radio station. It's $1 million studio. We were broadcasting out of Hamish and Andy's old studio. Like, that's where we do our show now on Fox. And it's like, that's where Husey and Kate do their show. It's where the breakfast shows do it. We're like, great. We've hit the big time. We're doing it out of the proper studio. Nothing can go wrong. And what did I do? I forgot to fucking knock on wood. Because everything went wrong. Not everything. But, everything during the show went fine, actually, like between 10 and 12, but at like 9:45 we were just like hanging around in the studio, and all of a sudden, like, we're listening to what's on the radio, and all of a sudden our intro plays to our show, like the Luke and Lewis intro plays, like 20 minutes before we're supposed to go on. And we're just like, oh, shit, is it 10? Are we supposed to be on? And we looked at the time, it's like 9:45. So at first we thought the clocks were wrong. I was like, oh shit, we're supposed to be on now, and we've missed the start of our show. And then turns out that the show before us had just finished weirdly early, and there'd been a mistake. And then our intro just started playing automatically. And then Mike and our producer James are just freaking the fuck out. They're just running around trying to get this shit. And then our intro music played with this little elevator music that goes like, like, it's the music that we're supposed to be speaking over at the start of our show. Like, welcome to the show. It's like the bed that plays under. It's called a bed, right? That plays under us when we're speaking. That played for like 4 minutes on all across Melbourne. For like 4 minutes, just elevator music instead of Nicki Minaj and Imagine Dragons, okay? Like, there's supposed to be like pop hits coming at ya at that time of night, and then there's just elevator music, and all these people are like, oh, dickhead, are you supposed to be on air right now? You're not talking, your mics aren't on, and no, we weren't supposed to be on air, everything else just mucked up. So I don't think we'll ever have a first show on anything that goes 100% to plan. But other than that, it was pretty smooth sailing. It was so weird actually having people listen to your show. Because, I mean, I'm used to being on Triple M Modern Digital. Okay? That's, I'm used to, it's essentially just a live stream, our show. Like, it's really just a podcast that you can tune into live if you want. But, man, we did, like, callers, and we, like, blew up the phone lines. We got, like, 50 calls, like, each time. Like, we completely filled up all the phone lines where you couldn't call anymore. So, it was awesome. So thank you to everyone who, like, listened and checked out the show, which was really cool. We'll be back next Sunday. So every Sunday from 10 p.m. if you're in Melbourne. And if you're not in Melbourne, you can listen to it via one of those apps, the same way you can listen to our show now. Just look up 1019 The Fox in Melbourne, and you can tune in. Otherwise, the Luke and Lewis podcast doesn't change at all. So, yeah, that was really cool. Probably the highlight of my week, I'll be honest. It was it was definitely the most fun I've ever had doing radio, and can't wait to do it again next Sunday. Now, what else are we going to talk about? So, I'm going to talk about the shows later. So, I went to a gig last night, right? And I haven't been to, like, see a band in ages. It's been, who's the last person I saw? I don't know, I went and saw Rufus, like, last year or so on. I don't know, I used to go, like, a fair bit. I went to, like, for a bit, I was going to, like, a show a month kind of thing, and then I just haven't been going to gigs that much just because I've been busy with stand-up and stuff. But anyway, I went with a couple of mates to see a band, and it was like this weird thing where we all listened to this band in high school, and they kind of haven't done anything like that significant for like 10 years now. So they did this like reunion tour. It's a band called Say Anything. They're an American band. You probably wouldn't know them unless you're into like weird American alternative punk like me. So we went to this band that we all used to love, and they were playing like these reunion shows, right? And it sucked. I missed out on the first show. The first show was on Sunday, which sucked. And I had to sell my ticket for a $20 loss because a radio show was on. I was like, oh, great. I'm too successful. I'm too fucking good at my job that I don't even get to have fun anymore. Oh, great. So, but no, it was a good problem to have. I was like, look, the fact that I have to sell this to do something better is good. Because I was really looking forward to it. But anyway, and it also happened to bloody Ed Sheeran. I've got Ed Sheeran coming up on like the Sunday night or some shit in like 2 weeks. And Emily like reminds me, she goes, oh, we booked Ed Sheeran in 6 months ago, and now you got a radio show. Good one. So now I don't know if I can even go to Ed Sheeran anymore. Actually, if anyone's listening and is going to at Etihad Stadium in Melbourne, look at me just doing personal problems on the podcast now. If you guys are in B reserve standing, so like they're standing at the back and want to swap 2 tickets for another night, and you guys want to go on the Sunday night so I can do the bloody Fox show, because I don't know what to do. I don't know whether like we just don't go on air that night because I want to go to Ed Sheeran, or if I miss out, like it's cost me $200. I mean, it's a huge dilemma. Like, I don't want to waste $200 not going to Ed Sheeran. All right, and I was supposed to go with Emily as well, so I've dogged her. And now I don't know who she's gonna go with. So if anyone's got B reserve tickets for Ed Sheeran in Melbourne and Etihad Stadium for another night and are willing to swap so I can do my radio show, hit me up. That would be so sick of you. All right. Now, sorry, that's personal business aside, but do hit me up though if that sounds good to you. And what was I saying? Yeah, so I missed out on the Sunday night to go to this other show. So I went last night to this band's second show. And here's the weird thing. Because they were a thing like 10 years ago, this band was like kind of like a bit of a dead meme now. I guess people liked them when they were like 18 or 20. And then they grew up. So now there was just like, because it was their reunion show, there was all these like 30-year-old white-collar dudes who had come from their shitty IT jobs, like these ex-emo kids who had like cut their hair, they dyed it back to brown, but you can tell they used to be like, because they still got tats all up their arms, you can tell they used to be like those scene kids back in like 2008 when Fall Out Boy were cool, and I was watching them just reliving their youth, and I was so happy for them. I was like, oh, you guys don't get to do this much anymore. I mean, I used to like this music when I was like fucking 14, and now I'm in my 20s, which is only kind of sad. All right, but you guys used to like this at my age now. That's fucked up. I'm reliving my 14-year-old fantasy right now watching this band from 2004. All right, oh no, wait, 2004, but like 2008. It's all 2010. Look, I don't know. They're a fucking old band, right? And then all these other guys are just like, dude, I got pushed over in the mosh pit by some dude wearing like a pink shirt and suit pants. Like this dude looked like he had to get permission from his wife to go out on a Monday, and then it looked like he was going for a job interview at Google the next day, and he's just like throwing around fists and getting into it. And I don't know whether to be happy or sad for him. Really, I was. It was funny. But I was like, oh man, this is the this is the last good night of your life until this band tours again in another 10 years. So it was funny watching people who used to be into that style of music kind of remember what they were supposed to do in that situation. They were like, oh, do we dance? And you know what pisses me off whenever I go to a gig and the people who just stand there, they don't even like bob their head to the music. Like they think they're too cool to like dance or sing along. Why do you go? What's the point of going to a concert or to see a band or to see a singer or a performer if you're not going to get into it? That's like going to a comedy show and not laughing. Like, which happens because, you know, people are shit. But like, what's the point of going? If you're going to go, who cares what other people think of you? You're there to enjoy yourself, aren't you? Not be like, oh, I'm going to go to this fucking underground punk gig to look cool. You don't look cool. We're all liking this band together, all right? We all like this band who were good 10 years ago, okay? We don't need to like all pretend that we're above dancing to them. I'm like, mate, I paid $60 to be here. I'm fucking jamming, all right? I'm getting in. I got in the mosh pit and I was having a damn old boogie. It was so good, all right? I felt like an angsty teenager. I was just like, moshing. Dude, I haven't moshed in 3 years, right? Since I think the last time I moshed was at like a Fall Out Boy concert. Well, I went to the Foo Fighters once. That wasn't moshing. That was more just suffocation prevention in the pit. But like, man, I felt alive. I was like, dude, this is fun. I mean, look, I don't understand mosh pits, actually, to be honest. I don't understand why people feel the need to like kick and punch strangers and it's like considered friendly. But anyway, that's a whole other thing. So that was super interesting. It was so funny just like being in that music scene again, because I used to be like so into music. Like I used to be in a band and like I used to just worship these people who were like could play guitar better than me. And now I'm just like watching these old dudes fucking play guitar and I'm just like, fuck, that's all you do. Imagine if that was your only skill. Like, I think people forget that sometimes. Like, when they worship, like, I don't know, like any performer, even me. It's like I don't know, no one worships me, but like, even if you're like, oh, I really like him, you gotta remember, all I do is dick jokes. That's pathetic when you think about it like that. I mean, I'm fucking good at it, but like, that's all I do. If I wasn't good at it, and that's all I did, that would be super sad, but at least I'm good at like one thing. But like, and same with these guys. I was watching, I'm like, oh, they're great at playing music in time, together, in a band, loud. Well done. But that's all they do. He probably doesn't even do his own shopping. Not because he's rich enough. No. They're a small punk band from America, okay? They're definitely not rich enough. They probably lost money from doing an Australian tour. That flight is like 24 hours, okay? Unless you're doing like an arena and you're from America, you're losing money 9 times out of 10. So coming to Australia just to do the one thing you're good at is a big call. And the thing that always amuses me about going to these shows is, and I totally forgot about it, it's like, you go, like when you walk in, you instantly go, oh, I'm cooler than everyone here. Like, which is like a stupid way to look at it, because you're there too. So you're just as lame. But I know everyone's thinking that. Like, even some dude who's got like a pink mohawk, and he rode his motorbike there, right? And he's been waiting outside for 8 hours just so he can stand at the front. And even he's like going, man, all these people are fucking lame. Look, I don't know if that's just me. I always go to these things and I'm just like, fuck, these people are weird. And I'm just like, I'm the only normal person here. And then I'm just like, yeah, but you're here too, dickhead. Like, you paid the same amount of money as these people. You're clearly into the same weird shit that they're into. So yeah, I was one of the weirdos. I was just like, yep, happy to be a part of it, guys. Let's do this. I mean, look, I was one of the only people who didn't have a beard and didn't have long hair down to my asshole. Okay, so and I was probably one of the only people there who could probably talk to a girl and look her in the eye. Or like even just talk to a stranger and make eye contact the whole time. I was probably one of the only people there who could do that. But other than that, I was like, we're all fucking weird units, so let's just get amongst it. And it was great. I had a great time, and it was really fun. And I like doing weird shit like that. I'm just like, oh, I don't know. Like, yes, I am going Ed Sheeran as well, which everyone's fucking into. Dude, he sold out 5 stadiums of 50,000 people. That's insane. Right? Like last night's gig, there was like 200 people there. And I love doing shit like that. It's awesome. It's fun. You feel like you're part of this weird cult. It's like being a fan of this podcast. You try to tell your friends about it. And then you're like, oh yeah, you slap a muffin and it's free sauce, am I right? And they're like, yeah, I guess. I'm confused. Look, I'm assuming that's what happens because I don't even talk to my friends about this podcast. It's way too weird. And do you guys talk to your friends about this podcast? You've probably given up. I bet you've all tried to tell one person about this podcast who doesn't listen, and they're just like, and they think you're weird. They're just like, yeah, look, I'm not into that shit, man. I'd rather not talk about it. But thank you for trying. Thank you for trying to spread the word. I appreciate it. Okay, podcasts are a unique game. Podcast sounds so shit. And you're like, oh, I've been checking out this podcast. And if you don't listen to them, you just think it sounds shit. You're like, oh, I think I've seen that app on my phone before. Not sure what it does. But once you get into podcasts, they're awesome. All right. Guys, we got to go back to the celeb spotting. Last week, I was bragging about the fact that my celeb spotting game had been off the chain. And it had. I spotted Vance Joy in the flesh. Not around the radio station, in public. I was driving my car, looked across to the left, boom, that's Vance Joy. And the thing that got me, he was like walking past a poster of himself and no one was recognizing him. I was like, all right, well, I was pretty stoked about that spot. I called my girlfriend to brag about it. She was confused. And then I was like, you know what? I'll just brag about it on the podcast. So last week, I was talking about that. And then I also saw Scott Pendlebury in his car, AFL Collingwood football player. So it was a big week of celeb spotting. And I I asked you guys at the end of last week's podcast, I was like, look, if you guys can top Advanced Joy in the Flesh, let me know. I doubt it, but let me know. And, yep, turns out not too hard to top. I got a few messages, and some of these celeb spots are great. Now, here's how I rate a good celeb spot. There's 3 categories to any celeb spot. It's the location of the spot, where did you see them, alright, and more points for the more unique location. It's who the celebrity is, level of fame, right, and it's also how likable the celebrity is. Because they could be a famous celebrity who's famous for being an asshole. Like if someone started bragging like, oh, I saw OJ Simpson at the supermarket, I'm just like, mate, fucking run. Hide your wife, hide your kid, and get the fuck out of there. Or if someone's like, oi Luke, I saw Kim Jong-un at the aquarium the other day. Get the fuck out of there. Just run. Get in with the sharks. Get in the shark tank. You got more of a chance surviving with a great white than the leader of North Korea. Famous for being an asshole, not interested. Okay? But if you're like, oh, who's really nice? Dr. Chris Brown, nice guy. Certified nice guy. If you're like, oh, I saw Dr. Chris Brown at the bloody races, I'd be like, oh my god, did you get a pic? Let me see. I'm totally interested. So that's how I judge all my celebrity spots. Location, how famous they are, and likability. Alright, so I had 3 submissions during the week of famous celebrity spots from you guys. We'll start off. The first one is, I saw Kylie Minogue. Boom. First category, big celeb, absolutely a huge get. But then, there's 3 parts to it, you guys. There's 3 parts. We still haven't had location and likability. So I'm going to give about an 8 score for Kylie Minogue on the famous scale. She's quite famous, okay? And then the next part of I think it was, who sent it in? I think it was from Ethan. Ethan saw Kylie Minogue, but it was at the airport. Now I'm going to say that's about a 2 on the out of 10 on the location, because that's where celebs are. It's like at the radio station, doesn't count. I'm going to give the radio station a 0, but the airport is still out in the public, so I'm going to give that a 2. But that's where celebs are. They're coming and going, they're flying, they're jetting out, alright? She probably had her own plane, so I would never be surprised to see Kylie Minogue in an airport. I'd just be like, oh look, there's Kylie Minogue. You know what I mean? Like, if you saw Kylie Minogue at, like, I don't know, the reject shop, boom, great get. But Kylie Minogue in an airport, less good. So she's got an 8 for the level of celeb. She's got a 2 for location. Now, likability. Ethan gave me one more crucial bit of information about this celeb spot that changes the whole thing, okay? He said the pilots were carrying her shit as well. Boom, -4. So that's 8 plus 2 minus 4, which is 6. Good maths, everyone. Luke can do maths. So she got a 6 on the overall celeb spot. Not a great score, alright? Don't get the pilots to carry your shit, Kylie. You've got fucking arms, alright? You're not a paraplegic. Carry your own luggage. How much luggage do you have? And why the pilot as well? The pilot studied for years so he can fly you safely to your little pop shows, to do your little interviews, alright? This dude is a hero, okay, who doesn't get the recognition he deserves. He didn't study aviation for 8 years so he can carry your shit. She's going to release a new song with Robbie Williams that goes, come on, jump on board, take my shit, you pleb. Because pilots suck, dick. I got no respect for them pilots. I am a piece of shit. That'd be a fucking tune, man. I'm looking forward to that, Kylie. Alright? At least it'd be, honestly, it'd be some of the most honest songwriting she's ever done. So I'm going to give that a 6 on the celebrity spot. Good spot celebrity-wise, but location and likability at the time, not scoring very well for Kylie. Bad luck, Ethan. Now, the second submission, for a celeb spot was from Jordan. He said, "Hey, bud, I saw Huey in the flesh filling up at a servo once." Now, this one, I was like, who is Huey, right? I cleared it up with Jordan. It's Huey from Huey's Cooking Adventures. At first, I thought he misspelled Hughesy, so I thought he just saw Hughesy filling up at a servo once, just like walking up to the counter. "Hey, going, mate, I just want to get some petrol for my car, because I'm Hughesy." And he would have been like, "Oh, is that Jordan? He's looking at me. I don't know why." That's the shittest Hughesy voice ever. That's what I thought you meant. I was like, oh yeah, Hughesy at a servo. I guess I'll give you that. But no, it was even better. Huey from Huey's Cooking Adventures. So already you've got about a 3 on the celebrity list. Huey from Huey's Cooking Adventures. I love that. 3. Off to not a great start, but at a servo, that's probably like an 8. So you're already on 11, right? And then for likability, mate, just going off his show alone and the dishes that he whips up on Channel 10 back in the day, or that he whipped up. I'm not sure if Huey's Cooking Adventures is still a show. I'm going to go with likability, 14 out of 10. Plus a ×2 multiplier, because once I saw him cook this sweet lamb dish before the 6 o'clock news. So ×2, you're on 50 celeb points, Jordan. Boom! That's way better than Kylie Minogue at the airport. Huey from Huey's Cooking Adventures. Mate, you know, even better, if you had have told me that Huey was buying ingredients from the servo, I would have given you infinity points. Because you watch behind the scenes Huey. That's the celeb spot of the year. Dude, if I saw Huey from Huey's Cooking Adventures in real life, I would lose my mind. Okay? That's, you don't ever pull up to fill up the car at the servo expecting to see, expecting to be blessed with that. That's a bloody miracle. Well done, Jordan. I'm truly jealous of that. Alright. The next one, I forgot who sent this in, but I couldn't find it. I think it was on Snapchat maybe. I forgot to screenshot it. Jordan, no, it wasn't Jordan. Jordan was the last one. Someone during the week sent in one. It was, this is the final one. It was Jeff the Wiggle at Aldi. Now, here's what got me. Jeff the Wiggle, you're probably sitting at about a 4. I mean, you know what? Probably a 5. Everyone knows who Jeff the Wiggle is, right? And then you got Aldi. That's like a 9. Because, not only did I not think, I assumed Jeff Wiggle wouldn't even do his own supermarket shopping. Like, the Wiggles are millionaires. So I'm impressed by that. But then there's more layers to this. Not only did you see him at a supermarket, but you saw him in an Aldi. Like, you didn't see him in a Woolies or a Coles or an IGA. Nothing mainstream. Nuh-uh. You saw him in an Aldi. That's like seeing Kylie Minogue at the airport, but in the Tiger terminal. Like, that's like seeing Kylie Minogue go on Tiger and go, "Tonight I'm going to be flying the plane," which wouldn't be a huge surprise for Tiger Airways. But that's an unreal. And then to add to that, so not only have you seen Jeff the Wiggle in an inferior supermarket, you've seen Jeff the Wiggle awake. Like, I assumed he'd be passed out, asleep, slumped over some potatoes in the produce section. And you're just like, "Oh, wake up, Jeff." And it's like, "Oh, shit. Those are some hot potatoes." And he starts doing his little dance. "Oh, potato. My name's Jeff. My name's Jeff. Oh, potato." Oh, my God. Why the fuck didn't the Wiggles ever do "My Name Jeff" memes? Oh, man, I watched that shit all day. All day, every day. "Wake up, my name's Jeff." I'm the worst, man. I got a message on Snapchat. If you guys don't follow me on Snapchat, it's just at luke.kidgell. You got to follow it. It's garbage, right? It's been garbage for like a year now. Probably 2 years. And I post garbage on there every single day. It's called Shit Snaps. You get around it. And I got a message the other day that just truly summed up my Snapchat. It just read, "You're the best and worst person ever. I don't know if I love you or hate you." And the answer is, if you follow me on Snapchat, you hate that you love me, okay? You hate that every day you see my filth, and you hate that it amuses you, and that you hate that you watch it every day because you know it's going to amuse you. That's what you hate. You don't hate me. You hate yourself for liking it. So, and that's what I try to go for in all my content. This podcast, I'm sure you guys hate that you love this every week. You're like, oh, gotta listen to Memoirs of a White Guy. Fuck my life, God. And then you come out of an hour of it going, oh, it was alright. It was pretty good. You made a couple of good Wiggles jokes this week. Well done, Luke. Good one, champ. Professional comedian alert. So yeah, those are the celeb spots. Alright, I gotta rate this celeb spot, then we'll move on. So you've got Jeff, who's about a 5, right? You've got Eldie, the Situation, who's about a 9. I'm gonna give you a ×2 multiplier because Jeff was awake. That is 23. And then I would say likability for that would be probably, I mean, people do like Jeff, although he's frustrating. When you watch the Wiggles, he's never awake. He I feel like he holds the rest of the Wiggles back a little bit. I mean, they get so much more time in that big red car if Jeff wasn't so sleepy all the time. At one point in my life, I did think that maybe he's an actual drug addict, like Jeff the Wiggle, and then they just decided to write it into the show. Like, he kept falling asleep on set, and then they were like, well, fuck. We can't replace him because kids love him. So what about we just hide the fact that he's on heroin right now and just, wake up, Jeff. And he's like, well, what? He's coming down fucking hard as. I mean, imagine coming down hard as in the big red car, and then you open your eyes and you're just staring at Dorothy the dinosaur and Captain Feathersword. You'd be like, fuck, I'm still tripping. That's 100% what happened. That is, I've just clocked the Wiggles. Jeff the Wiggle was cooked. No, he's probably like a really nice guy who's just like married and kids, and now I'm just calling him like a drug addict. But I don't know, who knows? You can't prove it that he wasn't. I mean, I have heard stories from people who are kids, like who were and have been kids entertainers who have done the job high, and people in the industry who have been on kids TV high as, and it happens. So I would not put it past Jeff the Wiggle. I mean, it's a great excuse. Like, oh no, guys, I was just doing my thing again. I was pretending to sleep. No, you weren't. You were out till 5 a.m. and you rocked up this morning smelling like urine and cloud 9. All right, wake the fuck up, Jeff. So yeah, what are we on? We're on 23. I forget why. Likability. All right, we're doing likability. I'm gonna say likability for Jeff. He's probably my second favorite Wiggle. I think Murray's my first favorite Wiggle. So I'm gonna say 7, which is 30. And then I'm gonna give him 1,000 points for because his name's Jeff. So that's 1,030 points, ladies and gentlemen, for Jeff the Wiggle. So whoever sent me that, you win the celeb spot. Well done. If you think you can top Jeff the Wiggle in an LD, hit me up, but I highly doubt it. That's the one to beat, okay? And also, if you have been confused as for the last 5 minutes, the Wiggles are a kids entertainers group in Australia. They're like the biggest kids, and they've got like DVDs, and they do like arenas, kids shows, and whatever. You probably know who they are overseas anyway. They're pretty big. Alrighty, what's next on the podcast? Alright, my tour. It's on sale because I can. It's super excited about it. Thank you so much to every single person who has got tickets. Honestly, it's only been on sale for a week, and in some places I've sold already half the amount that I did last year in total in a week, which is absolutely phenomenal. I think in Sydney I've sold almost the amount that I sold last year within a week. So I'm truly thankful to everyone who's got tickets. And thank God, because Sydney, I booked a fuck-off theatre, and it'll be a struggle to fill. So if you're in Sydney, I would love to see you there. That show is going to be the biggest show. Well, it's already going to be the biggest show of my career, and I'm super excited about it. So, yeah, and the Melbourne Comedy Festival, we started the Melbourne Comedy Festival first. So, yeah, thank you everyone who's got tickets. So many of you have, and I've been trying to thank as many people. If you tell me on Snapchat that you got tickets, been trying to reach out to every single person. So, yeah, I appreciate it, and there's really not a lot to say other than I'd love it if you went and got tickets this week. And look, I think I'm just going to give up telling Perth and Brisbane to book beforehand because it doesn't work. Every year you're like, book early, and then the week before you sell all the tickets, then it sells out, then people go, I missed out on tickets. Are you coming back to Perth? No, because you didn't book them early. You had 2 months to book tickets. It's not my fault. Right, so if you don't want to miss out on Perth and Brisbane especially, get your ticks early. That's all I'm going to say, because they're almost both half sold out, Perth and Brisbane. And, dude, you know what's weird? I was so surprised. Newcastle is not selling as badly this year. Last year I did Newcastle for the first time, and I was just confused as to why I was even doing it. I was like, Lewis was doing a show there, and I was already going with him. So I was like, I might as well just do my own show in Newcastle as well. So I put on this show, and then I don't know if you guys remember, like a year ago on the podcast, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to sell no tickets to Newcastle. Like, it's going to be depressing. There's just going to be me and 10 people in a room. And then, thank God, people ended up buying tickets at the last minute. But this year, mate, I sold tickets straight away to Newcastle. I think Newcastle is selling better than Adelaide. So I don't know. I don't know what I've done in Adelaide. It's not like I'm selling bad at it anywhere, but like Newcastle, I don't know. I think one video has just gone really viral in Newcastle, and everyone in the town's like, we need to come see him. So thank you to everyone who's got Newcastle tickets. That's awesome. I was just not expecting that at all. I was assuming I was going to come onto the podcast this week and complain and make Newcastle a meme again and be like, Newcastle shit, they hate me. But now it's Adelaide hates me. I wonder why. Maybe it's because I come on this podcast and trash Adelaide out every second week. I don't know. Maybe that's the reason. Hard to tell. You know what? They're probably all fucking trying to fix their bikes at all their bloody bike repair kits. They don't have time to buy tickets to my show. So if you're in Adelaide, please come, all right? So yeah, can't wait to see you guys at the shows. That's all I have to talk about there. All right, let's do some questions. This one is from Aaron. Whenever I see Aaron written, it's wrong. Like, it's not 2 A's. It's Aaron, like that video. But like, no, it's I don't know. It's double A. You can't have a double A at the start of my name. My name's not Luke with like 3 L's. Your name's, every Aaron out there, your name's spelt wrong. It sounds like your mum is mad at you for something. Like, Aaron, did you fuck the cat again? And then you're like, no, mum, not again. I didn't do it this time. It's wrong. I mean, Aaron should be Aaron. Oh, but then it'd be just Aaron. You're right. It was just 1 A. Aaron. I don't know. It's wrong. Anyway, he said, hey man, big fan of your stuff. I'm a big fan of your name, Aaron. Love all you do, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in Brisbane. Thanks, man. Look forward to seeing you there. My question is about your stance on crazy socks. Oh, here we go. I don't take many things seriously in life, but crazy sock stance is a priority of mine. Okay. Sorry, I'm just going to sit up, make sure my posture's correct before I answer this very serious question. Specifically, what classifies as a crazy sock? Ooh, good question. Does it have to have patterns, or would just a plain yellow sock be crazy? Oh, Aaron. Oh, Aaron. You have no idea, okay? My point is, I'm a fan of crazy socks myself, and I'm interested to see where you draw the line. Well, Aaron, you've come to the right person, okay? You've come to the right man. You're speaking to a fellow crazy sock enthusiast. I'm currently wearing weed socks as we speak. Green, red, and yellow Rasta weed socks that my brother got from Amsterdam. I've never smoked pot in my life, but I just think they're cool socks. So I do wear them frequently. But yeah, wow, okay. My point is, I'm a fan of crazy socks myself. Well, if you're a big fan, Aaron, you wouldn't really be asking this question, but I get that he wants. Hey, look, this is the student speaking to the master, and I will say, Aaron, with your question, what classifies as a crazy sock? Does it have to have patterns, or would just a plain yellow sock be crazy? No, a plain yellow sock is not a crazy sock. I would say it's a fun sock. It's quite a joyous sock. It's a little edgy. It's a little cheeky if you're wearing it to work with like a black suit. Oh, and you get it you reach up to a high shelf and your pants come up a tiny bit and someone gets a glimpse of a cheeky sock. All right. Honestly, a yellow sock, you give a yellow sock a smack because it's a cheeky fun sock. Okay. But not a crazy sock. Mark my words, ladies and gentlemen. Any plain sock is not a crazy sock. It has to have some kind of crazy element to it. My brother, Jack, he owns the craziest socks in the world. He owns 2 pairs of the craziest socks I've ever seen. One is sloth socks. They're sloths chilling on a deck chair. But it's not like a cartoon drawing of a sock. It's like a real picture of a sock. Oh, sorry, a real picture of a sloth on a sock. And he also has James Franco and Seth Rogen socks, where it's just James Franco's head all over the socks. And it's like they're Pineapple Express socks, if you've seen that film. So that's a crazy sock. My craziest sock is probably, these weed socks are pretty crazy. I have Donald Duck socks. They're pretty crazy. I have mustache socks. They're quite crazy. I'm thinking, I've been looking into it for the show. I do want to make Shaka's socks as merch for the show. Can you guys tell me during the week? I've been looking all week because I wanted to sell them for $10, right? I was like, oh, if I can find sock companies that can print them for like $5 and I could sell them for 10, or like, because I got to pay shipping and there's other expenses involved. I was like, look, I don't really care about making money on these socks, but I more just want to sell them because it's funny to sell Shagger's socks after the show. So I was like, oh yeah, if I can get them anywhere between like $5 and $7, I'll just sell them for 10 and I'll make no fucking money on them. And I've been looking all week online and I seriously can't find any good custom sock printing companies to do it for like under $9 or under like if I sold them for 10, I'd lose money. So if you let me know, I can still do it. But if you guys are happy to pay $15 for a pair of Shaka's socks, let me know if that's reasonable or if it's too expensive. Hit me up during the week. I'd love to know because I've already done Because I Can Shaka's t-shirts. If you haven't seen the new merch, you can pre-order that with your show ticket, and then they'll be online after the shows. Or you can buy a signed poster as well, which is just the poster of the show. But yeah, I did want to do like a new merch item this year, either a cap or socks. And I think just because I'm a crazy sock enthusiast, my heart lies with the sock game. So I want to support that industry. But currently that industry is bending me over and fucking me sideways. Because what's $9 for like a pair of custom socks from China? Like if anyone can shoot me through any websites of either cheaper sock printing or if you know a guy who prints socks, hit me up. Because Shaka's socks, I think we can all agree, need to be a thing ASAP now. Okay, I want to put my feet up on a desk. This is my dream. Okay, it's been a long day of popping Shakas, right? You're like, oh my god, my pinky and my thumb are so tired, I can't bear to even lift my wrist anymore. What do? You come home, you kick your feet up on you kick off your shoes, you kick your feet up on the table, and boom, your socks are popping at everyone in the room. You got popping socks. That is my fantasy, okay? Some people want to go to Rome. Some people want to join the Mile High Club. Some people want to bang Mila Kunis. Okay? I want to do all of those things while wearing Shaka's socks. But if I had to choose just one of those things individually, it would probably still be Mila Kunis. Nah, it'd be Shaka's socks. It would be. I mean, here's the thing. No one would believe you anyway. If you slept with Mila Kunis, if anyone who wasn't Ashton Kutcher or like slightly famous slept with Mila Kunis, no one would believe you anyway. That's the thing. It's like the age-old thing of, would you rather sleep with Mila Kunis, or would you rather not sleep with her but have everyone think you did? So that's a huge downside to that. But Shaka's socks, if you wearing poppin' socks, man, everyone's going to believe that, because everyone's going to have a pair, because everyone's going to want a pair, because they're Shaka's socks. So let me know if $15 is a reasonable price for socks. I know that is more expensive than I would want to sell them for, because I always try and make my merch and stuff as cheap as possible after the shows, because, I don't know, apparently I hate money. So, yeah. And that's pretty much it. Oh, wait, I'm pretty sure there's another question. Yeah, so to answer your question, Aaron, or Aaron, yellow sock, not a crazy sock. I would say to have a crazy sock, it has to be like some kind of pattern. It almost has to turn a head. A real crazy sock has to turn a head. Like, whenever I'm wearing a crazy sock, often people at work will be like, are they mustache socks? Or are you wearing weed socks right now? Or like, it's controversial. It's happening. It's now. It's edgy. There's, you know what I mean? Like, to have an edgy ankle, you can't just wear a colored sock. You've got that, you know what I mean? That's like saying, oh, footy players have crazy socks because they're stripy. Nah. They're not controversial. They're not pushing the boundaries, okay? A crazy sock pushes the boundaries. A sloth sock, boom, pushes the boundaries. My cousin has barbecue socks. He has tongs, barbecue, and steak on a green sock. I would have never thought of combining 3 things you need for a barbecue on a green sock. Boom. Pushing the boundaries, thus crazy sock. So that's my answer, Aaron. All right, I take crazy socks very seriously. And I would like to think that popping a Shaka's is crazy. Okay, I'm not sure what color to make them. If we're going for a crazy sock here, I mean, I was gonna just make them white like my t-shirt merch, but now I'm thinking they need to be like a crazy color. We'll see. I'll have a think on it. All right. So there's 2 ways I can end the podcast here. I could just be like, all right, guys, that's the end. Check out the podcast, rate it 5 stars on iTunes, blah, 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 blah. Or, ladies and gentlemen, we could have one more go. One more crack at doing it. We've tried once and we've failed. Ladies and gentlemen, could we achieve greatness once again? Could we achieve the epitome of fun fact history? That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Today, on this podcast, we shall attempt one more time to do the impossible. A fun fact trick. That is all. Holy shit. Here's the thing when going into things like this. It's nervous because I don't want to fail twice. Now, I'm not going to go for it. There's no way I'm going to try and... I'm not an idiot, okay? I'm not a fool. I'm not going to go out there and embarrass myself with 2 facts and then one that's not as fun. And I don't want to... Look, I couldn't do that. It's not good for publicity for this podcast, all right? But every single week I get emails and emails of people trying to do it. And I read some of the facts. I don't even get to the 3rd one because I'm just like, these aren't fun enough. It's a fun fact trick. I don't think you get it. This is like the crazy sock thing of the fact world. You got to push the boundaries a little bit, all right? That's what a fun fact is. We're not all supposed to just sit there and go, oh, that was quite enjoyable. No. You want, like, the reaction to a fun fact to be like that Lil Jon song. Like, you drop a fun fact about the Holocaust and everyone's like, yo, turn down for what? Bum, 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 bum. Like, that's the kind of party you want. Okay? So, if we're going to try it again, there is only one man who I want trying it. And that man goes by the name of Julian. He sent an email in to luke.kidgell@gmail.com. And he knew what he was trying. He knew what he was up against. And he said, look, like, I know that I'm not going to, like, I know this is ridiculous. I know this is crazy. This is out of the blue. And I shouldn't even be attempting to do a fun factory. But hey, man, I've been having a long, hard think about it. And I think I've got it. So we're going to open it up the floor again. And look, I know lots of people who listen to this podcast have already tried their fun facts. And I've read a few of them. And look, you've tried and it's cute. It's really cute that you've tried to do this. But Julian has come to me with, I've read one of the facts and I just like his attitude. Now, I'm not saying the fun fact is going to happen. Sorry, the fun factory is going to happen today. It probably won't. It's a fun factory. These are like an eclipse, okay? It happens like once every 5 years. It's like every time you get a good Red Foo single, you also get like a good fun factory, okay? So they're rare, and like that's less often than an Olympics, right? So Julian emailed it. Let's just get to it. Let's stop putting it off. The reason why I'm padding and procrastinating is because I don't want Julian to fail. He said, hey man, love your work. You're doing in honor of Max Phillips the Great. Thanks, mate. It's surely only a matter of time before Parliament has to sit up and take note of the movement that is unfolding before our eyes. See, he's a man and he knows what, he just gets it. Julian gets it, right? And there's no other person I'd want right now to be going for greatness. We haven't had a fun fact for a while, so I thought to celebrate the Source Revolution, I'm going to attempt the impossible and do what others have only dreamed of. I'm going to attempt the coveted fun fact trick. So here goes. Oh, I'm so nervous right now. Okay. Fun fact 1, ladies and gentlemen. Holy shit. Okay. There are over 200 corpses on Mount Everest, and they are used as checkpoints for climbers. He's off to a flyer, ladies and gentlemen. And here's the thing. You're probably thinking, oh, look, 200 corpses. That's not that fun. I mean, it's barely a genocide. Now, I'll stop you there. I know that you're thinking, I thought this too, right? And this was the fact I read, and I was like, oh, Julian, you're not even going for it here. Julian's further ahead of us. Julian is more evolved in fun facts than the rest of us because it's very clear to see that Julian was thinking beyond the 200 corpses. Because here's the fun part about that fact, and I only realized it after like the 3rd time I read it. There are over 200 corpses on Mount Everest. Great, pretty fun stuff. But they are used as checkpoints for climbers. That's the key thing. So if you're hiking up Mount Everest, you get reminded over 200 times that you're probably gonna die. You find me a funner hike in the world, okay? You find me a more enjoyable hike, alright? You can't. That's why we hike, okay? That's why we do it. I mean, I don't personally hike, but that's why humans do it, okay? That's fun stuff. So well done, Julian. You've out-facted us all, and personally, you're off to a flyer. Okay, let's continue. Fun fact number 2. See, this is where the last one started to fall apart, okay, in the last time we attempted this on the podcast, at fun fact 2. Because it's not too hard to get one fact off, one fact that's fun enough, but the second one is pretty much where the match is won. Alright. In 2001, Bernd Branders, a German engineer, let himself be killed so that he could be butchered and eaten by aspiring cannibal Armin Melvers. He's done it. We're 2 for 2, ladies and gentlemen. Julian is officially on a fun fact roll. And it's the level of layers that these facts are going into when you really break them down is, because obviously when you read them out, boom, we're already partying, having a great time. But because you've already got the fact that this happened in 2001, so it's recent, it's still raw. That adds a lot of fun to it. Happened in the last 2 decades. But he let himself be killed, so it was suicide. And then he got butchered and eaten by an aspiring cannibal. And I know there might be a few fun fact amateurs right now thinking, oh, look, that's not as fun as a real cannibal. You're wrong. Because this dude's let himself be killed and butchered by, just in case, he's not a cannibal. So he doesn't even know really if he likes to eat humans. He's probably never eaten a human. He might have like once had a finger instead of a Mars bar or like a Twix or something. But like he's never actually eaten a human. So this guy has just let himself be killed so his mate can just have a taste. Like, why wouldn't you just amputee yourself? If you're like, I get it, he was trying to be a good friend to his aspiring cannibal friend, but like, why wouldn't you just amputate yourself? You're like, have a feed on my arm, see if you like it, and then we'll think about killing myself. Because he's not even a cannibal yet. He's not even a pro cannibal. He's like an aspiring cannibal. Like, I bet you he's never even eaten a face before. I mean, so that's, because obviously, like, when's the point, this is really interesting, actually, when's the point where you tip over from being an aspiring cannibal to an actual cannibal? Like, is it when you're down your first ear? Or is it, you gotta eat a whole person? Like, what? I would like to know. I mean, I don't think any cannibals listen to this podcast, but, because most cannibals live out in the jungle in random islands because, well, the rest of us don't want to be with them. Unless your name's Burn Bananas. In that case, you've free soup for a month if he rocks up to the island. Man, he'd be a cannibal's delight. Like all the other white people, like you got marooned on an island, like, oh no, they're going to eat us. And then Burns would get there and be like, oh, yeah, you guys want to butcher me and cook me up as soup? Great. Oh, actually, wait, he was German, wasn't he? He'd be like, oh, you guys want to make some Barn Schnitzel? Be my guest. I shall be butchered. Like, that is not a good German accent. Man, that was probably worse than my Husey impression. But, yeah, okay, so again, we're 2 for 2, and here's where it gets real, ladies and gentlemen. Here's where we do it. Fun fact number 3, can Julian achieve what so many others have tried to? Okay, what so many others have wished to? It's the pinnacle of going to hell. If you get a fun factrick, you get a VIP pass. Like, you're gonna reside in hell. I mean, we'll all be like general admission into hell because we, all said in fun facts and laugh at them, but you will get like carried into hell by Satan. So that you'll get, like, real good treatment. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, can Julian do it? I'm so nervous right now. I don't even want to do it. What about, you know what we could do? Nah, look, I was going to say we could see if he gets it next week. But I don't want to leave you guys all hanging on that suspense. That's just rude. All right? And here's what's happened. If he gets it, by the way, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm assuming the world's going to implode or... I don't know, this could be the last podcast ever. If it happens, I think there will just be, I'm assuming Lil Jon will just come into my lounge room and then just start playing his song, like Turning Down for What, and then I'll probably have to just, I don't know what I'll do. So this could be the end of the podcast. I'll say the fact, and if Lil Jon comes in, look, it might be fun. We might just end the podcast on a down note, but if it is, I guess we'll just say the fact and then hope it's fun. Fun fact number 3. During the Second World War, one of the many experiments performed by the Nazis included attempting to make lampshades out of human skin. Cheers, Julian. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh my. Oh my, it's not happening. I don't believe it. Oh my god. Guys, someone's walking up my steps right now. They're opening my door. Oh my god, it's Lil Jon! We've done it! Julian, you've done it! That's the first Fun Factory. I'm not really sure what to do. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna turn the podcast. That's it. We've done it, ladies and gentlemen. We can't top that. I don't even know if there'll be a podcast next week. All I can say is, well done to Julian. I'm gonna give you a trophy. It will be a lampshade of human skin. It'll be Lil Jon's skin. And holy shit, I didn't think it was possible. I honestly didn't think. People say nothing's impossible, and I used to say, oh yeah, how about a fun fact trick? And I was wrong. It's been done. Julian did it. I don't know what to do. I don't know what's happening. Thank you all for listening. I'll see you next week.